For 5-1 work together, we have 3 tasks. The first task being endorsements, second task being writing check 151, third, writing check 152. The first check that we need to endorse is a blank endorsement. So on the first line, you're going to type in your name. For a special endorsement, on the first line, we need to write pay to the order of, and then we are going to transfer ownership from ourself to Clara Kwan. So that is changing the ownership from you, who this check was written to on the front of the check, to Clara Kwan, and then you're going to type in your name. Everyone's answer will be slightly different since we're using our own names, so be sure you use your own name on that. Finally, we're going to do a restrictive endorsement. So we are restricting that this check only be deposited to the account for Grantsburg Accounting. So we are going to write for deposit only. Up here for deposit only to, a little picky, for deposit only to the account of Grantsburg Accounting. So that would all be a stamp. The first 3 lines would be a stamp. Every check that comes in, we would stamp with those 3 lines. And then at the end of every day or the end of every couple days, the owner would type their name. So that is our 3 different types of endorsements: blank, special, and restrictive. Next, we need to write check number 151. So we have a lot of instructions up here at the top that we need to follow as we write out each check. So it's important to start out by filling out the check stub first, always. So the balance brought forward is $2,145.88. That is coming from this very first instruction, balance brought forward, $2,145.88. Next instruction tells us to record a deposit for $316 made on June 30th. So on June 30th, so 6/30, we made a deposit for $316. One deposit, so our subtotal is just $316. $2,145 minus $316, so you may need a calculator. So our subtotal would be what we started with plus our deposit. So now our new subtotal is $2,461.88. Other is where we would write any other expenses that would go on this check, which we don't have any. So then we could just carry our subtotal down, $2,461.88. And then that is all we need to do as far as updating our balance. So now we're going to begin filling out the check stub for the check that we're writing for $148 on 6 June 30th, A1 Computers for repairs. The amount for this check would be $148. Our new balance brought forward would be that $2,461.88. Now we subtract $148 since we wrote a check. That's going to decrease the amount that we have in our bank account. Now we are left with $2,313.88. So the first thing we always do is complete our check stub. Then we use this information to complete the check. So we carry over the date, always work top down, pay to the order of A1 Computers for $148. And then this is where you need to type in carefully that amount, 148, in words. So 100 and You might 148, and that should work. Looks like it wants us to do a little finicky. We'll get that right in just a second. 148 written in words for repairs, and then you sign your name. So 148, that should look like, so it's important that we have 148 and, they spell out the and instead of the and sign like I was trying to do, and no 100, meaning that we have no change. So that is what check 151 looks like. Now we're going to write check 152. So we start out writing check 152 by filling in the balance brought forward. Well, the balance brought forward is coming from the balance of the bottom of check 151, which is $2,313.88. That is how we start. It was given to us in the instructions. We start with that amount. We're writing check 152 for $62. So it doesn't look like we have any deposits or any other. So we could go ahead and carry that amount down, prepare our check stub for the check that we're about to write. Our subtotal doesn't change because we don't have any deposits or any other. So now we are ready to fill out our check stub. So we're writing a check for $62, June 30th. Writing this check to Southwest Supplies. For supplies. Then we need to put the amount for this check, $62, down at the bottom, and calculate our new balance. So $2,313.88 minus 62, and we are left with $2,251.88. And now we need to complete our check. So we are writing this check. So we are writing this check on June 30th. We're writing the check to Southwest Supply for $62. Then we need to type out $62 and no 100, meaning we don't have any change. This is for supplies, and then you insert your name there. So you would write student signature here. In order to not have it be in red. So that is how we write our check for Southwest Supply, and that is 5-1